Well, Birmingham. Good morning! Afternoon even. Well, shows how busy my day's been. But first and foremost, as always, I want to extend some gratitude to the beautiful people of Birmingham. This is the second opportunity that I've had to stand up here and part some words with you all, and I can't thank you enough. It's an extremely humbling experience to be able to speak to this many people. Quite overwhelming at the same time, actually. There's a lot of you here. But I think what people tend to recognise me for is this. And this used to be one of my most prized possessions. If my house was to have burnt down 6 months ago, I'd have come out with nothing else on but this on my head. So I hope you don't mind, but today I'd rather not put this on my head. And the reason for that is a label. When you take it out from everything else, all it simply does is identify me as part of something that is my history. I'm a parachute regiment veteran. I no longer serve, and a lot of the mentalities that I held then, I no longer hold now. I am fiercely proud of the service that I have served. My brothers and sisters that have laid down their lives, many of them, to provide us with the element of freedom that we thought that we were providing for the great people of the United Kingdom and on a global basis. Now, I have no shame in the service that I did and the men and women that I served with, and the reason being my motivation for service. I was blindsided, and I truly believed with every fibre that ran through my body that I was doing the right thing. I was believing that I was protecting the beautiful people that I see stood in front of me and my precious friends and family that I have at home. And to watch so many of those people make the ultimate sacrifice, to watch those freedoms be so washed away by all these democratic over perspectives and all these views that are taking our freedoms now, I've decided that I'd rather stand here in front of you beautiful people as nothing more than just a human being. Because you see, as soon as I put that beret on my head, people have a certain expectation of the words that should come out of my mouth, or a certain action or type of conversation that you'd expect me to hold. When I am no longer a paratrooper, as I stated, and I want to be able to say words that can resonate with every single human being, not just 10 or 15% of the people who have a service background. Now, a lot of people might not understand or know this about me, but 13 months ago, I was wearing a mask. I rigidly believed that I was protecting those people around me. I rigidly believed that I was doing the right thing. And in a very kind and gentle human being, whose name I won't mention today, slowly and gently brought me round to understanding the level of tyranny that we've currently been facing. And I was stood there and go outdoors, trying to buy a tent to go camping, and I sent my friend I was going with a video of me, and he said, "Marco," he said, "I beg of you, my brother," he said, "please take that off." And just those words at that particular point in my life, combined with the universe, I took my mask off, and me being me, I neatly folded it up, placed it on the side next to the tent, and walked out of Go Outdoors. Now, whenever I come and decide and have an opportunity to speak to people like yourselves, I do my best never to plan anything. Because if I'm truly talking from passion, I shouldn't need to write notes down. I shouldn't need anything to remind me of how I feel about you human beings. Every single beautiful face in front of me right now, I care about you even more now than I did when I wore that beret on my head. My commitment to you far exceeds the level that it ever did in any kind of body armour and any dusty hostile environment anywhere else in the world. And not to go back on myself, because I try my hardest to live in the present. But I'm going to repeat something that I said to the beautiful people that are here that I said last time. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet, because there's many smarter people to come on and help educate the people that are staring at me at the moment. But I told you once before that when you sign your oath in the military, we have a saying about signing a blank cheque to the value of your life. And in my opinion, as I told you beautiful people before, there is no expiration date on my cheque. I will stand here to the bitter end if that's how it needs to be. But before that, I need you to understand something. One of the things I've learned in my transition from military and in my waking up was at first I was ready to strap on that body armour again and stand true shoulder to shoulder with many, many women like myself to go to action. And then over the course of time, through meeting individuals one at a time, these individuals that are so critically important, there is only ever one of each of you, and every time I come across one of you that has the same mentality as me, it helps melt my heart a little bit more. This isn't about war. We might be in a state of war, but our states must be in truth, integrity and love. And quite frankly, those three factors are helping us. And I feel like right now, for once, the masses of humanity are stood at the top of a very steep hill with a beautifully formed little snowball in her hand, and we've just pushed it off a very steep hill. And as I said, I'm going to keep things short and sweet. There is an incredible amount of hard work going on in the background. There are incredibly brave and ostentatious human beings out there that are doing hard work in the background. These people need to be looked after, they need to be taken into consideration, and a lot of them can't be here today and do this sort of thing. So I just want to say thank you to all of those people, everyone from the police, the NHS, the fire service, the paramedics, the solicitors, the veterans, the ex-police, because they are the people that are stood in the darkness doing the hard work that some of us can't be involved with. And I want you to know that when you can't see us, that's when we are working the hardest for you all. Now I just want you to know that I love every single one of you dearly. But my commitment to you has never dropped and never will it. And I can only truly, standing here in this very second, because this in the great universe is all I actually have. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow might never come and all that good stuff. But I just want you to remind yourselves, integrity and love is all that we need. And we will see this through to the end. We are already winning and we will not stop. And if those factors do not come, and again I can only speak for myself as an individual, but I promise you, if those two factors do not work, I will be there, stood by your side, shoulder to shoulder, until the bitter end. There is only one of you, and you are worth it, and I'll tell you for why. Because we are the 99%! There's a lot more people to come on and speak to you, and I told the guys here who are kind enough to ask me to speak, so I'd keep it short. But I mean it, my gratitude for you is immeasurable. My love for you is parallel to that. Thank you again so much for having me, Birmingham. It's making me emotional. Love and integrity. Big massive round of applause for Marco!